They have to fill only. But ಪೂರ್ತಿ fill
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be starting the session shortly within few more minutes. Please wait. Don't leave the webinar. Thank you.
Yes. Very good evening. I'm there.
A very warm welcome to you all to this beautiful evening. I, Shakila, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, take the privilege and honor to welcome you all for the webinar on Impact of Union Budget 2021 on a Common Man. This is organized by Department of Commerce, Taxation Club, SSMRV College. I consider myself privileged to have got the opportunity to organize this event. Here are few instructions that we would like all the participants to follow during this webinar. Please pay attention while I read them out for you. On joining this session, you will have to mute your audio and video. Request you to only ask questions related to the content of this online webinar. If you face issues in audio and video, please check your system configurations. Use headphones, earphones for better audio. If you wish to ask any questions, please use the message or the chat option which will be visible on the screen. At the end of today's session, a feedback Google form link will be sent through the chat box. Kindly fill those up. Note, the certificates will be issued by the SSMRV College to only those participants who attend and submit the feedback form. E-certificates will be sent to you within 4 days. Now we start the session. May I call upon Mr. Satish MD, Coordinator, Taxation Club, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, to deliver the welcome address. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Am I audible?
I think we lost Satish, sir. We'll just wait for a few more seconds.
impact of Union Budget 2021 on a common man,
Yes, sir.
from
Sachit,
Department of
sir.
Commerce, Taxation Commission, and coordinated taxation plan on behalf of SSMRV College. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome everyone for listening.
Satish, sir, you're not audible.
Shivananda Sharma Memorial Army College was established to be a 19 Shivananda Sharma Memorial Army College has been providing quality education for almost 4 decades with the motto Education for All. Taxation Plus from Department of Commerce was formed in view to meet the challenging needs of corporate world environment and to enrich and empower the students and faculty with practical excellence. Am I audible?
Sir, there's some network glitch. You're not audible properly. Satish, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please continue, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. You are audible, sir. Please continue.
Shakila ma'am, I think there's constant network issue. Shakila ma'am, can you just take over?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Please,
Okay.
please. Yeah.
We'll continue. Uh, may I request Mr. Shivkumar N, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, to introduce our Honorable Principal, Dr. S. Anil Kumar, sir. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, madam. An organization with good players keeps adding its success. An organization with good leaders keeps multiplying its success. SSMRV College as one of such good leader is none other than Dr. S. Anil Kumar. Good evening, one and all present here. It is both honor and privilege to be able to introduce to you Dr. S. Anil Kumar. Dr. S. Anil Kumar is the principal in SSMRV College. He has been a popular teacher among the faculty and students. He has an academic experience of 40 years in the field of commerce and management, both at UG and PG level. Dr. Kumar has more than 20 years of research experience. He is a recognized guide for many universities for MPhil and PhD programs. He has produced 6 PhDs and 30 MPhils from various universities. He has been doing various UGC sponsored projects. Dr. Kumar has published articles in leading national and international conferences. To mention a few, Griffith University in Australia, Harvard University, Boston, USA, and so on. Dr. Anil Kumar has authored more than 30 books in the area of financial accounting, corporate accounting, service marketing, entrepreneurship development, production operation management, goods and service tax, and so on. Dr. Kumar has been elected Academic Council member of Bangalore University and adjudicator and member of Research Committee, Christ University, and member of Tourism Committee, FKCCI, Bangalore, advisory member of BBMP Roshni Project. He has been chairman of Board of Studies and Board of Examination of Bangalore University and other universities. The reflection of his hard work and commitment has transferred into various awards such as Dr. Kumar has been awarded in recognition of dedicated service as a teacher conferred by His Excellency Dr. Bharadwaj, the then Governor of Karnataka, organized by Rotary Bangalore South and Karnataka Civil Defence Corps. He has been awarded for achieving excellence in education from RSST. He has been received a Dr. Abdul Kalam Gold Medal Award from Global Economic Progress Research Association, New Delhi, for individual achievement and distinguished service in education and research. He has been an NCC Under Officer and has won the Best Cadet Award. Dr. Kumar has also been awarded a D.Litt by the University of Panama, US. Coming back to his key focus areas within SSMRV, his academic innovations like the 360-degree education for wholeness model with 5-dimensional approach, setting up of 30 unit activity centers are all stronghold strategies which aims to take the SSMRV College to greater heights. The direct impact of the same was our college getting an A grade by NAAC for the first time during its 3rd accreditation cycle. It is with pride we are proud to mention that our students got many ranks and gold medals in the Bangalore University examination. SSMRV College has recently been ranked 4th among the top 5 colleges in India, the best value for money in the India Today MRDA survey from 2018, 2019, 2020 consecutively. The list is endless, but with due respect to the time, let me contain my few words about Dr. S. Anil Kumar sir. Thank you, sir, and we request to address the gathering.
Thank you, Professor Shiv Kumar.
Thanks, sir.
Good evening. On behalf of SSMRV College, RV Educational Institutions, and my own behalf, I would like to welcome once again Mr. Anil Bharadwaj, the resource person of today's program, today's one-day national level virtual webinar on the budget analysis, actually, the impact of budget 2021 on common man. It's a very interesting topic to be discussed today, and we have a very eminent resource person with us, and who is basically a chartered accountant, and we are happy to have you, sir, with us for this particular webinar.
Thank you.
And
Thank you very much, sir.
yes, thank you. And I would like to appreciate the initiatives taken by the Department of Commerce. We have actually academic clubs, one among the of which is the Taxation Club. We have Accounting Club and other Research Club and all. Today we have organized under Taxation Club, which is one of the important club to which organizes such programs, anything pertaining to direct taxes, indirect taxes, budget analysis, etc. So I'm very really happy that the coordinator, MD Satish, and his entire team has taken initiative in organizing this particular program. And I also appreciate the efforts of the other technical people who have assisted in this program. And I can see about there's a lot of participants from different colleges, different institutions from Karnataka, and of course outside Karnataka are participating in this program. So I would like to once again welcome all the participants who have been always responding so well for our call in all our programs. So I once again thank the resource person and wish you all the best. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. We are pleased to have amongst us the guest speaker, CA Anil Bharadwaj, sir. Sir, we welcome you once again. Now, I call upon Mrs. Rupalata, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, to present the profile of today's resource person. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Shakila ma'am. It's my pleasure to introduce Mr. Anil Bharadwaj, sir, who is a multi-talented for this event. Sir has graduated from ASC Degree College, Vijayanagar, Bangalore. He has done his Masters in Business Law, National Law School, India University. He qualified as a Chartered Accountant in 2016, ICAI, and he is a Senior Partner in Bharadwaj and Hosmet Chartered Accountants and visiting professor in Mount Carmel College Center for Postgraduation, ASC College for Postgraduation Studies, Sheshadripuram Institute for Global Management Studies, Ramaya Institute of Management Studies. Sir is also a member of IQAC constituted for NAC in Vasavi Vidyaniketan College, Basavangudi, Bangalore, and a member of Board of Studies in Mount Carmel College, member of Syllabus Review Committee, Board of Studies, Bangalore University. In academics, Sir has been a resource person, keynote speaker, and panelist in more than 35 national conferences conducted by various universities and colleges across Karnataka. Sir has given more than 100 seminars on GST till date and being an advisor for many cooperative societies on GST. Sir has presented papers in many conferences on various topics such as Inter-alia, goods and service tax, stock market, demonetization, income tax, etc. Sir is also into various cultural events. Anil sir is also a stage artist and have acted in more than 25 dramas which are presented on almost all the prestigious stages in Karnataka, Mumbai, Pune, etc. And also a Gamaka artist, that is an ancient art of singing Kannada poem in appropriate raga according to its situation and feelings. Sir has received many awards. To mention a few, he has been awarded as the Most Talented Student Award 2012 from ASC Degree College and has been awarded as the best comedian for 3 consecutive years by Bangalore University and Kannada and Culture Department, Government of Karnataka. He has been awarded as best mimicry artist by Bangalore University. I welcome you, sir, who is a multi-talented person. Once again, I welcome you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Sir, we are much privileged to have you as our resource person. I now hand over this session to you. You can take over, sir. Over to you, sir.
Yes, thank you very much, my dear friends. It's indeed a pleasure for me to address the gathering of 65 and odd students across people, I'm sorry to say students, people across India as a national seminar. Now we will take a bird's eye view on the budget 2021 and understand how it impacted the individuals for the year 2021-2022. So this is all what we are covering. First of all, I'll focus on the statistical things of the budget. Then I'll move on the changes that were impacted to individuals with respect to income tax and other taxations. And then I move on to the old tax regime and the new tax regime and the differences and the conditions thereupon. And we'll have an illustration on till what amount we can have zero tax in respect of new regime and old regime. Is that fine? Yes, my dear friends. This could have been an interactive session, but because of number of people involved and because of the time constraints that we have, because we have to close the session by 6:30, we have about an hour time. So with this, we will start and glance on the budget. Now I am sharing my screen. You are able to see that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's visible.
All of you are able to see. Yes. My dear friends, I would like to quote a Samskrita Subhashita here before going to start my budget session. Even Nirmala Sitaraman quoted some of the quotes of Rabindranath Tagore, Thiruvalluvar, many others. Now I would like to quote a Samskrita Subhashita which tells about money. Vittena heenam purusham tejanti darascha putrascha sahodharascha tam vittavantam punareva yanti vittam hiloke purushasya bandhuhu. That means vittam means money. Vittam vittena heenam purusham tejanti. If money is not there with a person, then he is thrown out by everybody, including the wife, children, relatives, friends, everyone will leave him, leave the person if he does not have the money. Tam vittavantam punareva yanti vittam hiloke purushasya bandhuhu. If the same money comes back to the person, entire world becomes the relative friend of that person. So Vishwa Bhratritva comes there is what the Subhashita says. So that money is what we are speaking today. And it is not the money of a single person, it's money for the entire nation, my dear friends. How the government earns the money, how it is going to spend is what we are going to see for another 1 hour's time. Can anyone tell me over chat? You can give me the reply. Over chat, you can give me the reply. Can anyone tell me what is the size of the expenditure that we have estimated for the financial year 21-22? 10 lakhs. 10 lakh. What part 10 lakh must be your own budget. At least you should have told 10 lakh crores. People can interact through chatting. 5 trillion economy. Okay. Other than the event organizers, what 5 trillion rupees or 5 trillion dollars? 412 crores. Wrong. 35 lakh crores is mostly very near. 35 lakh crores is mostly near. Yes, my dear friends, our total expenditure for this year and expected total expenditure for the next year, 21-22, is going to be 34 and odd lakh crore rupees. That means to say almost $5 trillion. We have aimed of achieving $5 trillion economy, and that is nothing but 34 lakh and odd crores, lakh crores. So this is the size of the expenditure that we had planned for 2021 and 21-22. So we will see the breakup and allocation of these money on various aspects. But can you tell me on what topic Madam Nirmala Sitaram, the Finance Minister of India, emphasized during the budget? The main idea during the budget was? Can anyone answer for this through chats? I give a hint. Futuristic budget, yes, of course. Everybody can see the chat, or only I can see the chat? 6 pillars of what? Correct. SSMRV college, you're exactly right. 6 pillars of what? The entire focus of the budget, the main time of the budget presented by Madam Nirmala Sitaram, the Finance Minister, was focused on 6 pillars of dash. What is that dash stands for? Privatization of banking sector? No. It is one of the areas. Healthcare? No. No. I am asking which are the 6 pillars of what? I know what are the 6 pillars. We will discuss of what is 6 pillars. What are 6 pillars of what? It starts from A, or it is a abbreviation of AB. Infrastructure, human capital, innovation, R&D, no. 6 pillars of dash, what is it? Atmanirbhar Bharat, correct. Neela S. Nair gave the correct answer. The budget 2021 focused on 6 pillars of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Yes or not? A self-sufficient, self-reliant India. So we are focusing on the first budget for the decade. The first budget of the decade is focused on 6 pillars of Atmanirbhar Bharat. What are the 6 pillars? Health and well-being, physical and financial capital and infrastructure, inclusive development of aspirational India, rejuvenation human capital, innovation and R&D, minimum government and maximum governance. These are the 6 pillars of the what? Atmanirbhar Bharat, the self-reliant India. We are focusing, my dear friends, on self-reliant India. See, unlike the previous budgets, what we can see in this current budget is there were a lot of small budgets in between before February 2021. They introduced something, they reduced the corporate tax rates. They introduced many features on GST. Every month the GST council meets and they take a very constructive decisions and go ahead and they are constructing the nation with a very focused and long lasting and futuristic way. So these 6 pillars were the main focus of the budget 2021. I now want to highlight on some of the numbers. Now, for a few minutes, we will focus on numbers and then go into the individuals, the impact of budget on individuals. The government proposes to spend rupees 34,83,236 crore rupees in 21-22 is nothing but a $5 trillion expenditure of India for 21-22, my dear friends. 34,83,000 crores is not a small amount. On what they are going to spend this, we will see in some time. But what is the size of the expenditure for this year? For the this year means 21-22 is 34.83 lakh crores, we can say. As per the revised estimates, the government spent rupees 34,50,000 during the year 2021, higher to 13% higher than what was estimated, the revised estimate. See, there will be one estimation during the budget time, and subsequent to the budget, during the actual course of spending, by end of the year or during the next budget, they will have a revised estimate. So it is 13% more than the original budget. As per the revised estimate, the expenditure is going to be 34.50. It is almost close to $5 trillion for 2020-2021 also. So we are almost having a similar expenditure amount, total similar expenditure amount, but pattern is changed. Pattern is changed from 2021 to 21-22, but the total amount is almost same, subject to 33,000 crores variation. But the receipts stood at only, other than borrowings, only tax and other things, whatever is there, that is expected to be 19.76 lakh crores in 21-22. How much? 19.76. How much for previous years? We will see it is 23% higher than the revised estimate of 2021. Then what we had got about 15 lakh and odd crores in the current year. There is a 23% increase, double digit increase of 23% of revenue receipts, other than borrowings, for the year 21-22. In 2021, revised estimates for the receipts were 29% lower than the budget estimate. Why is that? Because of COVID. What we had originally estimated, we could not meet that in 2021 because of the global pandemic. Yes or no? Did global pandemic impact the revenue generation of the country? My dear friends, you can reply over chat. Definitely someone is asking on individual budget. I'll definitely speak about it. But first, let us focus on how the budget was there and where the allocations have been made. I will definitely suggest you how to save tax and where you can invest. I explain you to save tax, not evade tax. There were a lot of problems on revenue generation during the year because the lockdown was imposed on the very beginning of the year. Entire April, May was lockdown. Very less income generated during the year. Now, after the pandemic, I say after the pandemic or almost at the end of the pandemic, because we have received the vaccine, we have got the vaccine. Now, from December and January, we can see our GST revenue has increased beyond a lakh. Yes or no? The current revenue from GST alone per month is at 1.2 lakh crores in January, 1.15 lakh crores in December. So we have achieved more than 1 lakh GST revenue 4 times since its inception. 2 times during this year, that is 2020 December, we got a revenue of 1,15,000 crores, and in January 1,20,000 crores from only GST, my dear friends. That gives a reality of the expectation that we are going to earn definitely more than 19.76 lakh crores during 21-22 from taxes. Next, GDP growth. Nominal GDP is expected to grow at a rate of 14.4%. Our GDP is expected to grow at 14%, double digit. Only if we are increasing, yes, someone said Priya A, Jan 2021, highest GST revenue. Yes, since inception in 2017, July, Jan 2021, 1.2 lakh crores is the highest GST revenue ever. You should also see the deficit. The revenue deficit is targeted at 5.1 of the GDP in 21-22, which is lower than the revised estimate of 7.5 in 2021. See, many people told that India will go to docks after the lockdown. We have gone 22 years ahead, 30 years ahead, and the revenue has gone down drastically. All those things are bluffs, my dear friends. The reality I'll tell you, the way we have bounced back from September is unimaginable. Everything is increased. We have if you just understand the bottom line of every company. What do you mean by bottom line? The net profit after taxes. The bottom line of every company has gone up by more than 15%. Though the top line, the sales have come down by 5 to 8%. Many companies have got their sales down for the Q3, Q2, but their bottom lines have gone up because of lowering of cost, because of work from home strategy. This work from home strategy may not last for long, but this has yielded during tough times of the nation. Work from home has yielded a lot of good things for the companies. It has reduced many incidental costs that is attached to people coming to office and working at office. Rent might not have come down fully. Still, people are paying the rent, but a reduced rent. To that extent, it has come down. Traveling has come down. The expense on traveling, cabs, bus facility has come down. If an employee comes to office, hospitality, we have to provide him some good hospitality. We have to provide him with lot of the cleaning activities and other activities are taken care. All these things are cut down. With all these incidental costs coming down, the companies are achieving higher profits, and higher profit is yielding to higher tax revenue for the government. So we have picked the current account, this fiscal deficit is targeted at 6.8 for 21-22. Currently for 2021, it is at 9.5, which was estimated at 4.6. Because of pandemic, we could not meet it, so it became double. From 4.6, it has gone to 9.5% of GDP, the fiscal deficit. The government aims to steadily reduce the fiscal deficit to 4.5, what was estimated before. By 25-26, see, 3-4 years ahead, we are planning and thinking what we had to achieve this year, we are going to achieve after 3-4 years. But I'm sure they are being very, very conservative in putting this year 25-26. I'm sure we will achieve the deficit of 4.6% of the GDP well before 25-26, with the incentives available for the companies to export and to do the manufacture. Next one, if we see some of the statistics, if we have to see, revenue expenditure was at total expenditure. If we see for total expenditure, it was at 26,86,000 in 1920. Okay, actuals I'm saying. 2021 budgeted was 30.42, but revised was 34.50. It is 4 lakh crores more than what was budgeted. These expenditure because of pandemic. See, pandemic, what situation we have come across? The revenue is reduced and expenditure has increased. So, but current year 2021, we have estimated the expenditure to be 34.83 lakhs total. The presentation statistics, whatever I am sharing, I will share it with you by end of this session. You can circulate it to all the participants for their information. Then we have the revenue. If we see the revenue impact, revenue receipts and capital receipts, if we see, we have the total receipts during the year. Total receipts during the year is, if you see this, the last line was 26,86,000 was for actuals of 1920. Expected for the 2021 was 30.42 lakhs, but actual is being 34.50, including the borrowings, and we are going to estimate about 34.83 lakhs. How we are going to achieve is 34.83. See, how we are going to achieve it is through borrowings. We have the current year's receipts without borrowing. Current year receipts without borrowing is only 19,76,000. 19,76,000. To meet the expenditure of 34,83,000 crores, we have to borrow 15,06,000 rupees. How much? 15,06,000 rupees. This can be achieved by taking the borrowings. See, this 19,76,000 includes also the disinvestment plan to do this year by privatization, by selling, by IPO of which company the government is planning to go for an IPO? Which government company is coming for IPO in this year? Can anyone tell? LIC is a correct answer. 10% of LIC stake government is planning to disinvest, and it is being offered to the public through IPO this year, and they are planning to get funds from disinvestment. They are also planning to disinvest some of the, disinvestment or privatize some of the banks, private banks, some of the public banks, nationalized banks. One among them is being BOI. They are still in talks. We have to still see and understand which are the 4 banks, which are the 4 nationalized banks they are planning to privatize, or they may go for a public and private collusion model. BHPL, Bharat Petroleum, is also been planned. Bank of Maharashtra is one among them, correct? So still the talks are going on. We'll have to see only after the decision is being made. So through all this disinvestment, they are going to make a revenue of 1.75 lakh crores through disinvestment during this year. Last year it was about 32,000 crores. 2,10,000 was the estimated, but actual or revised estimate is only 32,000, because some of the amounts of 2,10,000 crores have been shifted to current year. Current year means fiscal year 21-22 for the budget which we are speaking. That is all about this one. If we see the gross total revenue from taxes, gross revenue from taxes, if you see, corporate tax is yielding you 5,47,000 crores. Taxes on income tax being 5,61,000. Goods and services tax 6,30,000. This is going to increase. And customs 1.36 lakhs, and union excise duty 3.35 lakhs. Service tax is very less, 1,000 crores, not 1,000 rupees. Sir, service tax is abolished now. How are you getting the money from service tax? All assessments, audits are going on. For previous year, which all the people who have evaded the tax have paid the less tax through assessment, they are going to generate this revenue from the tax evaders or less tax payers. So about 22.17 lakh crores is what they are going to expect from the taxes, out of which devolution to states, they have to give away 6,65,563 to the states. Okay, and non-tax revenue is going to be 2.43 lakhs, and all put together we have 19.76 lakh crores. And allocation on the budget, where you are spending 34.83 lakh crores, if they ask us, this is how the government is planning to spend. The highest like every year is on defense 4 lakh 78,000 crores on defense. Food and public distribution. See, food subsidy is mainly focused here. 2,56,000 crores. Home affairs 1.66. Rural development 133. Agriculture, so on. We have been spending. These are the broad areas where the budget is going to be allocated for the current year and also for the previous year. If you see the current year, that is running year 2020-2021, being the highest allocation on defense, because we bought lot of defense equipment, lot of ammunitions, lot of arms we have bought, mainly to secure India among the potential enemies, China and Pakistan, across two borders of our nation. And next year also, the elephant portion, I say, the elephant portion is going towards defense. The next big portion is about food, that is for agriculture, mainly for agriculture and farmers. They are spending food and public distribution and agriculture. Both goes hand in hand. That's put together about 3 crore 37 lakhs, 2 crore, 3 crores 37 lakhs, 38 lakhs they are going to produce. And road transportation 1.18. If we see the roads, national highways are tremendous. Yes or no? So these are some of the statistics that we have to learn. I'm going to taxation. The important points of the budget is taxation. Yes or no? Can anyone tell me what are the highlights of taxation? What are the highlights of taxation? I'll of course tell you, but can anyone give me an overhead or overall picture of what exactly changed in taxation for the year? Yes? Anybody? Relief for senior citizen, very good. Sindhu was first person to answer. Relief for senior citizens, correct. We will focus more on what exactly is the relief. Then introduction of new cess. What was that? We'll speak on introduction of new cess, not education cess. Not education cess. It was AIDC. What is AIDC? Yes, agriculture. Yes, fully agriculture and infrastructure development cess was introduced. That is one of the key cess that was introduced. In fact, my dear friends, house of interest amount segment increased from 2 lakhs. Now, I will tell you, my dear friends, I was also a key speaker for Vijay Karnataka after the budget this year. In Vijay Karnataka, some of the people opined, oh, this budget was very sorrow, it did not give any benefit for the individuals, any benefit for the country. They did not increase any slab rates, the slab rates being same. My dear friends, we'll have to focus one thing. Not increasing the tax rate, not introducing the new taxes, not introducing a special cess called Corona cess or COVID cess or COVID relief cess itself is a wonderful achievement or wonderful move by the government this year. That's why That's why the markets saw a steep hike on the day of budget. On day of budget, the Sensex moved 2,000 basic points up, 2,000 points up, and Nifty more than 600 points on a single day. On a single day, yes or no? So all these things because the market expected that they will introduce some taxes, especially to offset the losses suffered due to COVID. But thanks to the government, thanks to Madam Nirmala Sitaram, thanks to Modi, that no single rupee additional tax was levied. There were a lot of rumors on tax, the cess, agriculture infrastructure development cess being introduced, being added to excise duty and customs duty. We will have to understand through the national seminar of SSMRV, I am telling you, no additional tax was levied because of introduction of agricultural infrastructure development cess. The basic duty was reduced and the cess was introduced. So when the basic duty reduced, the taxes came down, and between that cushion, this cess was introduced. So the rate remained constant. The boxes for which the taxes used to go, that got diversified. From a general basket, it is moving on to a specific basket called cess. The difference between the tax and the cess, if we have to understand, taxes are the general terms. The basic tax is a general term. I can use this basic tax. The government can use this basic tax for any purposes. It can use it for defense, it can use it for health, it can use it for agriculture, it can use it for food consumption, home affairs, anything and everything it can use the basic tax. Whereas the cess are earmarked taxes. The cesses are called what? They are earmarked taxes, has to be used only for that. That's why whenever we see the cess, the prefix will be a specific one. For example, educational cess, higher educational cess. Higher educational cess cannot be used for primary education. Swachh Bharat cess cannot be used for any other purpose other than being used for Swachh Bharat. Similarly, agriculture and infrastructure development cess was introduced mainly to source, mainly to segregate, mainly to set aside some of the portion of the tax from a general bucket to a special bucket called cess. You're able to understand? This is the main idea on the cess. So if we see on the individual aspect, I will come just a minute later. Before that, I will tell you what are the changes on the taxation during this budget. limit on tax-free income from provident funds, exemption from filing the return of income for the persons above 75 years of age, extensions on tax incentives by the year up to one more year, up to a fiscal year of 2021-2022. That is 80EEA on additional interest for housing loan is one of the aspects, not the state. There has been two important, in fact, three important aspects on the point 3, which I will be explaining you now. Agriculture and infrastructure development says introduction of agriculture and infrastructure development says reduction in time for income tax proceedings, exemption from audit. These are some of the key changes that was affected during the budget 2021. My dear friends, what was this limit? What is this limit on tax-free income from provident fund? See, many of us may not be very keen on this one, because if at all, if a provident fund trust is providing you an interest of 2.5 lakhs per annum as an interest, the interest up to 2.5 lakhs from the provident fund is tax free. Anything beyond 2.5 lakh interest on provident fund during the year is taxable. Till now, entire interest that was received from provident fund was exempted. But from now onwards, if you receive more than 2.5 lakh interest on provident fund during the year, then the amount is taxable. The excess amount is being taxed. Second, many people said there is an exemption of tax on senior citizens of age 75 years and above. That is a wrong perception, my dear friends. It's a wrong perception. The correct perception is beyond 75 years of age, 75 and above age, senior citizens still have to pay the taxes, but they need not file their return of income at the end of the year. The ITR what we file, income tax returns what we file, need not be filed if we are of the age 75 and above. But they have to pay the taxes. For that, sir, if they cannot file the returns, how to pay the taxes, if you ask me? The mechanism was told by Nirmala Sitharaman herself. She said TDS will be deducted to an extent of the taxes that they have to pay by the bank themselves. They need not have to file the return to pay taxes. The required TDS will be deducted by the bank for all those senior citizens whose age is 75 or above in the source itself. At what may be the source? The source may be, what may be the source? One is interest. The TDS will be deducted by bank. The second important source is what? Yes, Sindhu Prashant told the correct answer. It is pension. So when they are receiving the pension, the person who is providing the pension himself deducts the tax. Hence, the senior citizen need not file the returns. They still have to pay. It will be deducted from their income itself. Is it clear, or any doubt on senior citizens or on PF? Any doubt? Any doubt, my dear friends? Please tell me, any doubt? Hello? No, sir. No, sir. Clear, sir. Yes. Next, we will move on to the next important one. That is the third point. Extension of tax incentives by a year up to end of fiscal 21-22. See, there is a section called 80IAC, 80IAC and 80EEA. You have to remember 80IAC and 80EEA. See, 80 IAC speaks on the tax incentives or the tax holiday given to startups. Tax holiday given to whom? Startups. Based on this, any company incorporated post 1/4/2016 till 31st 3 2021 was allowed to recognize themselves as startup and avail a tax holiday for 3 years. You know what do you mean by tax holiday? What is tax holiday? Tax holiday means a person need not pay the tax, can pay zero tax, whatever is their income. Tax holiday means they can pay zero tax. That means to say, if a company is incorporated between 1st April 2016 and between 1st 1/4/2016 and 31/3 2020-21, between these 5 years, if they have incorporated and recognized themselves as startup, then they can avail 3 years tax holidays starting from the year of incorporation till 10 years. They can choose any 3 years out of 10 years. Okay. Now, the 31/3/21 was the previous limit. Now they have increased that limit by one more year till 31st 3 2022. That means to say, now the company can still incorporate, new company can be incorporated and be recognized as a startup company and avail this benefit under Section 80 IAC for 3 years. Say if they have made big startup, they having an innovative idea, if they have good profits, say 10 crores, of that they end up paying 2.5 crores as the tax. This 2.5 crores can be exempted if they are registered under Startup India and recognized by DPIIT and need not pay tax for 3 years. Good or bad? Is a good budget or bad budget? Yes. Yes. Then Section 80 EEA coming to individuals, my dear friends. Coming to individuals, my dear friends, I'm stressing on individuals. Section 80 IAC, what I told before, was for companies. Now Section 80 EEA, Section EEA, E for elephant, A for alphabet. Section EEA, what I have mentioned in my PPT, is given to a poor individuals or a middle class individuals who would like to own a house for themselves. Owning a house is a pride, yes or no? Owning a house is security, yes or no? See, for a people who buy a property of less than 55 lakhs and avail a loan of less than 45 lakhs during the period before 31st 3 2021, they could have availed an additional interest of 1.5 lakhs. See, Section 24A, many of you may know, Section 24A under the head house property, income from house property, we can avail interest from exemption of interest on housing loan. That is restricted to 2 lakhs. Along with this 2 lakhs, you can avail another 1.5 lakhs as additional deduction of interest paid on housing loan. That is availment of housing loan or affordable housing loan. So if you are taking an affordable housing loan, then for an year you can claim up to 3.5 lakhs. This exemption limit was there for only people who took loan until 31st 3 2021, that is 1.5 months from now. But during this budget, they have extended this limit for one more year up to 31/3/2022. So we have got 1 year more for looking at a property, thinking that it is an affordable housing. It should not be a crore rupees house. It should be less than 55 lakhs. It should be less than 55 lakhs. And the loan should be less than 45 lakhs. So if that is the condition satisfied, then you can claim an additional interest of 1.5 lakhs. Sir, for 45 lakhs, who will give 3.5 lakhs interest? You'll definitely give. If assume you have taken 4.45 lakhs completely, or assume you have taken 4 lakhs, okay, out of that, if you have taken for 20 years, what is the interest at the rate of 9%, 8% you assume? You will pay for 40 lakhs, 8% is how much? 3.2 lakhs? Yes or no? So for 45 lakhs, it is 3.5 lakhs, 3.6 lakhs. So entire interest that you are paying on the housing loan is coming down from your income. To that extent, your income is reduced, the tax payment is reduced. If your income is 8.5 lakhs, assume, my dear friends, and assume you are paying 4 lakhs. Assume you are paying 4 lakhs as installments every year. Out of 4 lakhs, 3.5 lakhs is interest itself. On this 3.5 lakhs, entire income deduction is available. 2 lakh under the head of housing income from house property, and 1.5 under chapter 6A deduction, total 3.5. Your income is less than 5 lakhs, you end up paying zero tax. One of the tax planning for you. The first tax plan for you. If your income is 8.5 lakhs and you have taken an affordable housing, you have purchased an affordable housing and you have taken a housing loan, on that you are paying an interest to an extent of interest for a maximum limit of 3.5, you can reduce it from your income. If your income is still 8.5 lakhs, that is almost 70,000 rupees per month. Even if you are getting 70,000 rupees per month, you end up paying zero tax. That is one. Second, agriculture and infrastructure development says, I already spoke about this. Reduction in time limit for income tax proceedings, one of the very important for individuals also. Before, if any person are filing the returns or not filing the returns, the income tax department could open their file for a period of 6 years from the end of assessment year. That means for 2021, during now 2021, they could open for the financial year 14-15 also. For the financial year 14-15 also they could open. Now that is not the case. The budget has limited the opening of assessment year to 3 years from the end of assessment year. That means to say, they can go upon, now we are in the assessment year 2021. Okay, they can go for 1920, 1819, and 1718. 1617 onwards, they can't look into whatever you have done before 16 and 17, whatever people have filed, they have to accept. If they have to open the assessment, they have to open within 3 years from the end of assessment year to which it belongs. So this is one of the very important initiative which reduces the tax harassment, which reduces what we did 6 years ago. We don't know now. Yes or no? And the number of files, number of assessment will also go up if you give time of 6 years. Because of the reduction, it will ease the companies and individuals to maintain their records beyond 3 years. They need not have to worry for any assessment beyond 3 years from the end of the assessment year to which the assessment belongs to. For example, for the assessment year 2021, they can look into only before 21, 22, 22, 23, 24, before 24, 31st March 24, they have to reopen anything pertaining to any income pertaining to financial year 1920. Financial year 1920. That is all about the reduction in time for income tax proceedings or assessment. Exemption from audit is one of the very important initiative, a wonderful initiative, my dear friends. The current limit is 1 crore. If any individual, I'm speaking on individuals only, I'm speaking on individuals only. If an individual is doing a business and his turnover is more than 1 crore, he is required to get his books of accounts audited by a chartered accountant and file the tax audit report. That was increased to 5 crores last year, that is budget 2020. They increased this 1 crore to 5 crores, provided with a condition stating if their total revenue, out of their total revenue, 95% should be through digital mode. That means only 5% is permitted to transact through cash. See, cash is an important mode of black money. Important source for black money is what? Cash. If cash is reduced, black money is also reduced. You agree with me or you don't agree with me? Yes, answer quickly. We don't have time. Cash is important source for development of black money. So the government is focusing on reducing the cash transaction, thereby reducing the black money. Yes or no? So if the individual who is doing a business of beyond 1 crore and 95% of his total expenditure or total revenue is through digital mode, any digital mode, either Paytm, Google Pay, Samsung Pay, Apple Pay, whatever it is, Ola Pay or bank transfer, NEFT, RTGS, check, cross check, uncross check, any banking channel, my dear friends, other than cash. If they can make 95% of their total receipts and expenditure through banking mode, this 1 crore limit can go up to 5 crore limit. But with this budget, this 5 crore limit is also increased to 10 crores. If a person is doing a business of 10 crores and 9.5 crores of which is coming through banking channel, 95% of expenditure, what he is doing is going through bank channel, then he need not get his books of account audited. He can simply file his return of income. It is easy or difficult? It is favorable for an individual or not favorable for an individual? Tell me, answer. Be quick in answering. SSMRV college said favorable, yes. Kruti said favorable. Ramesh, Kausalya said it's good, favorable. Any non-favorable or adverse? Anybody say it is adverse? Anybody? Rebel candidates? Yes. Moving on to the next one. This 10 crores is not only for individuals, but for all the persons. All persons. The next important, which I might not have written in my PPT, is increasing the limit for educational trust from 1 crore to 5 crores. Any charitable trust doing a work of education, who is indulged in a work of education and hospitals, they have to simply file their returns if their turnover is up to 5 crores. If their gross receipts, I don't say turnover for trust, if their gross receipts is up to 5 crores. This limit before this budget was 1 crore. If their gross fees is more than 1 crore, they get their books of accounts audited. They have to file an audit report and other things. Now that limit of 1 crore is increased to 5 crores, which is very good for many educational institutions as well as the hospitals which are running under charitable trusts, doing some good things for the society. These are the important points. And for individuals, I'll say No much change for the individuals in the current budget 2021. Unlike this, other than senior citizen 75, other than 80 EEA, there is no change for individuals. It is a neutral budget for the individuals in respect of budget 2021. No changes. The limit being same, 2.5 remains same. No new taxes was levied. No new increase in deduction, no new exemption, nothing. But I wish to tell this, there's a new exemption than saying new exemption, a modified exemption was introduced through budget. In fact, before the budget itself, that is special cash incentive scheme instead of LTA, leave travel allowance. Instead of leave travel allowance given to employees, they can use that leave travel allowance money for buying any other commodity on which GST is levied at a rate more than 12%. For example, you have a LTA of 20,000 rupees per annum, assume. You can avail this once in 2 years or twice in a bracket of 4 years. Yes or no? This is all what you know. An LTA can be availed twice in a bracket of 4 years or once in a bracket of 2 years. So if your LTA is still there, you can utilize this 20,000 LTA not by traveling, but by spending it to buy any goods or services which has a GST rate of more than 12% and avail this LTA. The only condition is whatever is your LTA into 3 times should be the purchase value. For example, 20,000 being LTA, very important, please listen to me very carefully. 20,000 rupees is LTA and you buy a TV which costs you 70,000 rupees, you can avail the entire amount of LTA as exemption. That is 20 into 3. 3 times the LTA should be the expenditure cost. So that is 60,000. Anything above 60,000, full exemption. Say if you spent only 50,000, then proportional about 70,000 LTA will get reduced from your income. This is the new thing that they have introduced for what? For whom? For individuals this year. Why on behalf of LTA? Because of lockdown, because of pandemic, because of corona, people are unable to travel from one place to another place. So in lieu of travel allowance, they can utilize this expenditure for any other work. Is that clear? Am I able to convey what I am supposed to tell? Is this fine? Any doubts, my dear friends? Any doubts? Can I go ahead? Neela says it's clear. Priya, yes, sir. Yes. So finally, we are into the important thing, new versus old tax regime. Should we have to speak about this or we need not have to speak? Ramesh, this only my doubt, sir. Can Ramesh unmute and tell me what is the doubt? Or Anusha has unmuted. What, Madam Anusha? Any doubt? Ramesh, yes, you can unmute and tell me what is the doubt. Yes, sir, of course. This is only my doubt. Okay. I think they are hesitant to unmute and speak. I will only tell. See, there is a difference between new regime and old regime. But before going into rates, one thing I want to make you sure that, sir, can we claim any deduction or exemption under new regime? That's what I'm going to say now. Before going to the rates, I want to make it very clear, Mr. Manjunath, Mr. Ramesh, and all other people, is that if you if you take the new regime, you cannot claim any deduction and exemption. All deduction and exemption has to be left out. ಅದೆಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕೂ ಎಳ್ಳು ನೀರು ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಡ್ಬೇಕು. You cannot claim any deduction or exemption. For example, entire 1,50,000 rupees ATC deduction is not available to you. Entire 50,000 ATG is not available to you. Entire 2 lakh rupees interest on housing loan cannot be taken. Entire 50,000 rupees standard deduction cannot be taken. 2,400 rupees PT, what you are taking, cannot be taken. All these expenditure, I am individually telling my dear friends, for the benefit of all of you, through SSMRV National Conference, it is been made very clear that you are all very fortunate to be part of this seminar. I'll tell you, my dear friends, no deduction, no exemption whatsoever is available if you take new regime. That ends many of your questions. Second question, I will only tell you. What is the second question? Can we avail the new regime now and shift to old regime in the next year? Is this the second question? I repeat, can we avail the new regime now and shift to old regime in the next year? Or vice versa, can we take old regime now and shift to new regime next year? Yes, very much. But one condition is there. You are not supposed to have a business income filed in your returns. If you have any income other than business income, you can shift between old regime and new regime in as many years as possible. You can shift between old regime and new regime. I am repeating, you can shift from old regime to new regime in as many years as possible, whenever you require, till they close it. Provided you don't have business income shown in your returns. For the benefit of all of you, once again I am repeating, my dear friends, you can shift between old regime to new regime, or new regime selected this year to old regime next year. Okay, any year any regime can be selected at the beginning of the year. Okay, but this change can be done only if you don't have business income. If you have a business income, then you can either shift from old to new or new to old only once in your lifetime. Any doubt? Any doubt? You can unmute and tell. For the sake of time, we are already 6:30. For the sake of time, you can unmute and speak. Is that fine? So, my dear friends, no exemptions and deductions is what I have told. See, new tax rate and earlier tax rate, if I have to explain, you all know this, but still I am saying, from 2.5 to 5 lakhs, 5 is same. From 5 to 7.5 is 10% as against 20% in the old regime. 7.5 to 10. For every 2.5%, for every 2.5 lakhs, 5% is going to increase. That's all you should keep in mind. For every increase of 5%, I'm very sorry. For every increase of 2.5 lakhs, 5% is going to be increased. Is that clear? So similarly, up to 2.5, no tax. From 2.5 to 5%. Next 2.5 lakhs, 10%. Next 2.5, 15%. Next 2.5, 20, so on and so forth, up to 30%. But beyond 15%, it is 30%. Sir, can you please once again explain, is told by Neela, what you want me to explain? Neela, what do you want me to explain? About the shift.
Sir, can I ask you one question?
Yes, Sindhu, please.
It's a shifting you have discussed. We have discussed about the shifting, right? You told that
Yeah,
the condition is only if there is no business income, right?
correct.
So, if any other source of income
No
other than
problem.
income,
No
for
problem.
example, for capital gains,
Hmm?
other source for capital
No
gains is
problem. You can have another source. You can have income from capital gains. You can have income from house property or from salary. No problem, absolutely. But if you have income from business, you
okay.
can only shift once.
Thank you, sir.
Is that clear? Yes. And now, my dear friends, for the benefit of all of you, I'm telling what can be the deduction. See, have one, please make a note. I'm writing it on the Excel sheet. I'm writing it on the Excel sheet. I will just share the Excel sheet now. Give me a second. You all can see the Excel sheet now. A blank Excel sheet. Hmm?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. Now see, look at my friends. We have standard deduction at old regime. I am speaking of old regime. I personally, if you ask me which regime is the best regime, sir, maybe your next question, yes or no? Rebate under 87A is also not available, Ramesh. Rebate under 87A is also not allowed. Oh, hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You're audible.
Yeah. The next question you may ask me is which is the best method, whether old regime or new regime? Whether old regime or new regime? I personally recommend to go with old regime. The next question, why? Because it increases a saving habit in you. It inculcates a saving habit in you, which is very important for our life and also for the nation. We should have sufficient saving. The times like Corona, other times, other bad times, in all these bad times, the only savior is the savings. During 2008, also India witnessed that all countries experienced the recession. But among all countries, India was better in the position because of its savings. Saving habit is not encouraged in new regime, my dear friends. It may give you more surplus, more amount to spend, but do not take it because we have to inculcate a saving habit. Now, please see, I'm working on the old regime. For new regime, there is no tax uh, planning. Absolutely zero tax planning. Under new regime, zero tax planning. Any tax planning, if at all, if it is there, it is only in old regime. So we have standard deduction. How much we have standard deduction? 50,000. I'll say 50,000. We have 16A PT, I'll rather say PT, professional tax, 2,400. We have chapter 6A, chapter 6A. Under chapter 6A, we have ATC. What is the maximum limit under ATC? 1,50,000. We have 80D. Maximum you can avail around 25, 50,000. I conservatively take only 30,000. 25 for you, 25 for your parents, or 30,000 if they are senior citizens. I am taking only 30,000 rupees for being conservative, being very conservative. Then you have 80 CCD. CCB or CCD, I have to see once. See, under 80 CCB or 80 CCD, you can avail NPS, National Pension Scheme, an additional 50,000 rupees. I think it is 80 CCB, but I'll have to see. Then you have 80 EEA, what I told, is about 1,50,000. Okay. This is all about chapter 6A deduction, 3.8 lakhs. Then you have income from house property. Income from house property about 2 lakhs. Interest on housing loan, CCD, correct, CCD, sir, someone helped me. I'm very thankful to them. See what happens, we will be looking at many sections every day. We will be looking at many sections every day. So D and B gets confused because 1B is also there. Thanks to Manjunath for helping me. Income from house property, this is interest on housing loan, 2 lakhs. Okay. Then you have HRA, you have other elements. All these elements, HRA say about 1 lakh. Okay. Other elements about 20,000, you say. All these have to be sacrificed. All these have to be sacrificed. This comes to around. Simply I'm saying, this comes to around 7,52,400. 7,52,400. So guess what? Guess what? Guess what? If your income is 12 lakh, 52,400 also. Even if your income is 12 lakh 52,000, even if your income is 1 lakh per month, if 1 lakh per month, how much it will be? 12 lakhs. Even if your income is 12 lakhs, you end up paying zero tax. You end up paying zero tax because 12 lakhs minus 752,400, 4,47,600. 4,47,600 is less than 5 lakhs. Is less than 5 lakhs. Under less than 5 lakhs, you have 87K rebate. So zero tax. Eppadipa? Hegamma? How is it? Good or not? So I have given you all types of possible deduction. Of course, a person, a rational man cannot have all these deductions. I agree. But a rational man example, we will also not take 12 lakhs. So plan your taxes, plan your expenditure, plan your savings, then do. Can we claim interest on house property and HRA together, sir? Yes, of course you can take, provided. That's why HRA I have given only 1 lakh. Provided you show a income under you show a certain income, notional income on house property. On house property. That's why this 52 I have reduced now from 12 lakh 52,400. I have taken only 12 lakhs. Typically, if you provide certain notional rent on your house property, you can claim both HRA as well as interest on house property. RKM info, it was a very good question. In general, we cannot claim both HRA and house property interest. If you show notional rent on your house property and claim the interest, it is allowable. Secondly, if you are residing in one place and if your house is located on a different geographical area other than the district in which you are located, still you can claim without showing any notional rent. Is that fine? Is that fine? People are asking on additional interest on housing loan also I have taken. It's 80 EEA if you take. Manjunath, additional interest on housing loan 1.5 lakhs I have taken. Here I have not taken 80G. 80G is also available. 80G is available. 80E is available. 80E is for educational loan. 80G for donations paid. All these things, if you take it, your limit can still increase. This is the maximum way where you can save for this one. Typically, everything is not possible, but mainly focus on all these things. I have given you avenues where you can invest and where you can save. Some of these things you can use and reduce your taxes. This is a correct way of reducing the taxes, correct way of planning the taxes.
Sir.
Continue.
Sir, Mr. X is residing in Bangalore.
Okay.
And he is working in Bangalore and residing in Bangalore in a rented house.
Okay.
His family is residing in Mysore.
Okay.
There he has own house.
Okay.
So in this situation, he can claim HRA as well as interest on housing loan.
Exactly.
Okay. In the same way, another example, same Mr. X is working in Bangalore, residing in a rented house. He can claim HRA as exemption. In the same way, he has a property in Mysore. He has not disclosed that income. Even then, he is claiming interest on house property.
No, pardon me. Can you mute my voice? Or take because my voice is echoing.
Okay. 1 minute, sir. Sir,
Manjunath sir is the same Manjunath sir whom I met in Kolar?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hello, Manjunath sir.
How are you, sir? Hello, sir.
Fine, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Because my voice is echoing from myself.
Okay, here. Yeah. Is it visible, audible now, sir?
Yeah, very much.
Sir, Mr. X is residing in Bangalore in a rented house. He can claim HRA as an exemption.
Definitely.
He has an house property in Mysore,
yes,
which has been let out.
Yes.
But he does not disclose the house property income, but he has claimed interest on the house property.
Yes, if you are fortunate for 3 years, then no problem. Otherwise, it is a problem.
Okay. So then income tax department will catch hold of.
That's what. If you are fortunate for 3 years,
yes,
you are saved. Otherwise, it's a misconduct.
Yes.
It's an evasion of tax.
Yes, sir. So I had seen a case likewise. That's why I asked with you, sir.
Yeah, it's a pure evasion of tax.
Yes, sir. Yes. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Any other questions? With this, my dear friends, I will end my session. Thank you very much for giving me such a wonderful opportunity to discuss on the budget in a very prestigious college, a grade A NAC accredited grade A college like SSMRV. It is very proud moment for me to be one of the key resources and also get to see Mr. Anil sir, Dr. Anil Kumar, a very renowned person. So happy to interact with many of you. Thank you very much for all your responses and being very patient to listen to this person. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
And this one can be open for questions if at all if the people require. I'm sorry I dragged the session for about 20 minutes because the session also started 20 minutes late.
It's okay. So if there are any questions, participants, you can ask. You can post it in the chat box. I would like to tell that there is a recording which is going on. So you can refer back to the same video and the session audio by using the YouTube link of our college. May I request Dr. M.S. Nagaraj, Coordinator IQAC, Head Department of Commerce, to give the closing remark. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Shakila madam. It's my honor and privilege to hear to today's resource person. I'm just representing all the participants, and I would really have to say that the session was excellent, and most of the queries which was posted also shows the interest of the participant, and you trying to resolve these. It's really an excellent session. Now you had taken into the micro level of the issues and queries of the participants, and thank you very much for that. And we are really honored to have you as a resource person for our college as well as for the department. Thank you very much, sir. So if I had to make my closing remarks, of course, it is after the resourceful person like you, it's a very small thing that I have to tell. But if I had to sum up at a macro level with some 3 to 4 sentences of mine, I would say that this particular budget, because you were always talking about the overall impact of the budget and its pros and cons. So I really feel that the budget is the combination of ambitious target of revenue and a slowdown of economy, for all obvious reasons. So I think the government need to undertake certain structural reforms which would increase the economic activities at a long run. All these things are obvious because of the pandemic. These things need to be taken into consideration. But the very good feature about this budget, I feel personally, is the openness and the transparency. What they are disclosing by clearly stating that the government borrowing would increase by 8%, which is 1.86 trillion this year. So I think this is something which is very few of the government to declare such information in their budget, but now this is one thing which I feel it needs to be appreciated for its transparency. I think the major challenge is to create an ecosystem to facilitate all this. The ambience needs to be created, and this is what I feel about the analysis. Of course, it's a vast subject. There are a lot of things which needs to be deliberated on. There are so many FARs, favorable, unfavorable, against each and every clauses. But within the stipulated time, I think you had done a great job to convince our participant. Now, drawing by this analogy, in our college, we also have created a sort of ambience and an ecosystem which facilitate all our faculty members to explore their creativity. And from the Department of Commerce, I would try to tell you that we have different academic clubs. This is one of the club which has taken the initiative, which is headed by Mr. Satish. I think he was in contact with you. The taxation club, that which is the platform in which you address the gathering, and we have other accounting club. We have then we have taxation club. So there are quite a few clubs where we try to bring in various resource person, try to enrich the knowledge That is what is the whole purpose of all these things. And it's in within a short span of 6 to 7 months, this taxation club has taken an initiative and has done at least three. This is the third initiative from it. So I thank the my team. I think that is the team which actually has created this thing. Of course, I understand the participation after office hours, after college. I think it is difficult to log in, but still, we had a very, very active and enthusiastic participant. Thank you very much. You have been a source of inspiration for all of us. That has motivated us to conduct more such program. I would like to thank all of you for your kind cooperation by being an active participant. And talking about our taxation club, kudos to you, because to the team. They have been day in and day out working towards it. There is so much of planning that is happening, and there is a clinical execution of it. That is what it finally means. No matter how much you plan, it doesn't execute the way it requires. The very purpose gets defeated. So thank you, Satish, and the team for having conducted this particular session with such a success. And I would also tell my participant and also the resource person that there are so many other programs that we have lined up from various clubs of ours. So we request all of you to show the same amount of cooperation. For all our for the future endeavors. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, participant. And I should also thank our principal in his absence for giving all his support in making this particular program. Thank you, SSMRV Taxation Club team. Thank you very much. Have a great evening. Over to you, Shakila.
Thank you, sir.
Okay,
Please
thank you,
note,
sir. This is a very valuable information to you have given. Thank you, sir. Thank you once again.
please note, there is a feedback Google form link posted in the chat box or in the call message. Participants, kindly fill it up. E-certificate will be sent to you within 4 days. Next, I call upon Mr. Yellappa, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, to deliver the vote of thanks. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening to all. As all good things comes to an end to life, so is the webinar on behalf of SSMRV College Department of Commerce. I take this opportunity to propose vote of thanks to those who have directly and indirectly contributed to this webinar on impact of Union Budget 2021 on Common Man, organized by Department of Commerce Taxation Club. At the outset, I thank our chief guest and resource person, CA Anil Bharadwaj, practicing chartered accountant Bangalore. We are really enlightened with your knowledge and presence, sir. We thankful to our beloved principal, Dr. S. Anil Kumar, sir, for their continuous motivation and encouragement. I would like to thank our HOD, Dr. M.S. Nagaraj, for his enthusiastic support to organize this webinar towards success. A special thanks to Mr. Satish MD, convener, Taxation Club, for organizing excellent session. I also extend my special thanks to all the organizing committee, members, and teaching and non-teaching staffs for their support and coordination. Our heartfelt thanks to the faculty from various colleges across the countries and students for active participation. I also extend my sincere thanks to Mr. Gokul, Assistant Professor, for extending technical support in organizing this program's success. With these warm words and kind message, we move to an end today's webinar. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you all for your energetic participation. We eagerly wait for you to attend the next session. Thank you. Thank you, Ajay.
Thank you so much. The participants could now leave the session and join us for the next event. which will be communicated soon. Thank you so much. Recording of this will be uploaded in about 30 minutes time to YouTube, and the link will be sent to the same WhatsApp ID that the group which I have created. Thank you so much.